Chanell Love 22. It's a vibe. Like, follow, and subscribe. Hello. How are you?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Guys, we're back for episode 3 of the Chanell Love 22 podcast, here with special guest, Dr. Orlandis Wells. Dr. Orlandis Wells is a medical doctor with 24 years experience in the field of obstetrics and gynecology. His now practice focuses on helping both men and women overcome hormone imbalances. He's a top tier leader in the functional medicine space and is the go-to expert for teaching healthcare professionals how to properly interpret lab results in order to find the root cause of illnesses so that they can position themselves as a highly sought after expert. Dr. Orlandis is also a 2 times author. Whoop, whoop. Been happily married for 20 years and a very active father of 2 beautiful daughters. Please help me welcome Dr. Orlandis Wells.
Welcome. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's both an honor and a pleasure to be here to share in your space with you and your following, your clients, or your people that love to hear what you're going to save us from. So all of that. So I'm just honored to be here with you. If you're listening in the morning, this morning, if it's this afternoon or this evening or whenever you listen, or 4 day in the morning, I'm from the country. To say 4 day in the morning is like early hours. That's before the
4 day in the morning.
4 day in the morning. 4 day in the morning.
That's funny. All right. Well, cool. We're glad to have you here. So, Dr. Orlandis, can you tell us a little bit about what you have going on or what you're doing right now?
Well, yeah. Well. Thank you for reading the bio. I guess I need to update a little bit. I've been a doctor for probably over since 1999. That put me 27 years now. Married 22.
Okay.
22 years now. And my son going to kill me. I actually have a son. He's actually 28 years old. But since he's old and grown, I just talk about my baby.
Right.
My baby. So he's grown. He on his own, so he can get his own identity. So, but I do have 3 children, 28, 16, and 14.
Okay.
So I got a little gap there. So that's all that's gray is that last one. So
yes. I always say if you'd had the last one first, you might not have had the others to follow, huh?
You got that right. Thank God that boy was first. These girls they give me the blues. They give me the blues. But I love them. I love them. They daddy's girls. I love them.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but like I said, but I am an obstetrician gynecologist by trade, from small town Louisiana called, you probably can hear it in my accent, Tallulah, Louisiana. I went to the Grambling State University, the place where everybody is somebody. Played football under the late and great Eddie Robinson. And then I went to New Orleans, LSU New Orleans, to do my medical school training, and I stayed there for my residency. So basically about 2008, started dabbling to functional medicine. My mom got sick with cancer. Well, I didn't know she had cancer then, but she just on a lot of medication. She had gained a lot of weight, and she just wasn't getting better. And she always crying. I'm a mama's boy. So I'm a self-proclaimed mama's boy. And so when she called me in the middle of the night crying like I'm in so much pain, I'm like, well, what's going on? She was on those statin medications. So I'm like, oh, that's it right there. And so just trying to figure out how can I help my mom when she tell me I don't want to be here anymore. I'm like, what you mean, in Tallulah? You want to come to Vegas? She said, no, I don't want to be here on this plane. I want to be with my mom. I said, oh, wow, well, that's interesting. This is 2010. Your mom went to glory in 1989. So what are you trying to say? So from that, then just helping her overcome her challenges and just losing about 100 pounds. She started doing CrossFit and Zumba. She never rode a bicycle. So at her age almost 70, she's riding a bike. So she had a good run there for a while till she eventually succumbed to triple negative breast cancer. So but I was happy that she did have some semblance of a good life, and she, you couldn't tell her she wasn't fine toward the end. All the pictures she took, so she liked that way. So she had a good life, and so that just led me like, okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? My patients who are gynecology, hysterectomies, deliver the babies, C-sections, you do all the surgeries, and once they're done with that, I'm done because I don't know what else to do at that point. If I take a uterus and ovaries out, there's nothing left for me to do. So you got to listen. It's somebody at that point. It was somebody else's problem, and that's the problem with medicine now. We've dismembered the body, we've dismembered it, And the problem is, so there's a hand specialist, a shoulder specialist, a knee specialist, an eye
Right.
specialist. So, me, I'm a gynecologist. They say I'm boobs and pubes. They say that's all specialty, even though it's a little bit more than that, but that's basically what it is. But we segmented the body, and it leads us in and don't forget about the brain, the mental health aspect in
Right.
our
Right.
area. And so the effect that all that has on mental health. So when you get frustrated because you can't get the care. So I dove into functional medicine, and I said I use those techniques to help my mom, my wife, some clients, even myself. I mean, I'm 92 years old. Don't look like myself. There's a hormones to do for. So yeah,
Look, what you selling?
I know what you selling. Give me some what you selling. You found something, right?
Right. Down the youth. What you got over
Sound
there?
youth and everything else, right? So,
Right.
but that's what got me. Then I love this so much, and what I do now is I still help some men, but my new motto is I help women, I empower women to love their bodies again. And
I
so,
love it.
and I do that through hormone therapy, what other kind of ways, because your hormones control everything from mental, emotional, physical. It controls everything. So I want to
Right.
envelop all of that into my practice, and that's what I've done. I do some of the GLP-1 things as well. I try not to do that. That's the last resort. I want to get them
Right.
better on the lifestyle and some better habits, eating
Mhm.
better nutrition. So then we'll throw that in if we need some motivation. So
Right.
that's basically what I'm doing now. And we teach people like yourself, the nurse practitioners,
Yeah.
nurse practitioners, in order to elevate your practice, in order
Right.
to get you to a way where we teach you how to read labs. I have this love of labs, and I
Mhm.
like to read them a little bit different than your traditional provider. Even yourself, before you got with us, maybe you knew something about it, but we look at our labs, and if it doesn't say high or low, we just assume everything is normal.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it's definitely a more in-depth view and a better understanding. So yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. If I can see where you are before you get to disease, if I can get you in dis-ease before you get to disease, I have a better shot of turning things around, because as we teach you all in our prosperous statistician program, which I'm the co-founder of with my partner Sharice Williams, so what we teach health providers how to reinterpret labs and look at it a little bit different from a whole. I know everybody likes the word holistic. I know it's good, but I like holistic means whole body. Give you the
Yeah.
10,000 foot view before you zoom in on if I'm a
Mhm.
gynecologist, I need to take that uterus out or something like that. So let me see what I can do before I get to that point. So that's
Right.
where my practice goes now.
Yeah, and that's good. And I can appreciate that. I love your liner to help women love them. What is it? Love
I
themselves, or
empower them to love their bodies again.
love their bodies again. Yeah. That's so important, because that seems like the thing that we are kind of disconnected from. There's so many women trying to alter their appearance,
Yeah.
plastic surgeries, all of these different things to make themselves look different. And a lot of men say, I prefer the natural woman, or
Absolutely.
so to help women love their bodies, that's powerful. That's
Well,
powerful, because I feel like we have come away from just loving your natural self. So yeah,
exactly.
that's very powerful. But also, um finding ways to, like you said, you help with weight loss,
Mm-hmm.
hormonal imbalances, all
Yeah.
those things.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's looking for the quick fix. So you you got to have people who are willing to do the work to get
Absolutely.
to, to get to where they want to be. So do you find that challenging with the patients that you work with, like that commitment, having that commitment to really bear down and get to their goal of loving their body again?
Oh yeah. I won't work with anybody who's not willing to make some changes. If they come and tell me, well, I'm not going to. Oh well, we're done already.
Hmm.
Because my idea is that if you knew what to do, you would have
Right.
done it already. You would have had it figured it out already. But so you can't come in with the mindset that got you. The mindset that got you where you are right now is not the mindset that's going to take you to where you want to be. And
Right.
so I don't work with everyone. I know my value. I know what I bring to the table.
Hmm.
They have to convince me. I'm not trying to sell myself to them. They have to
Right.
sell themselves to me. that
Right.
they're going to do the work. They're going to be accountable. I'm going to be responsible for getting them in position to win. They
Right.
have to be accountable to do the things that we set up for them to do. And I
Right.
know that sounds harsh. And another part of it, they have to invest to work with me. I don't
Mm-hmm.
take insurance.
Right.
So people who pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not $27. Oh, people, I throw that away or a meal out of McDonald's or whatever. But now if you come in the high 4 and 5 figure investment, oh, you best believe they're paying attention.
Right.
They are paying attention and they're going to do the work. And guess what? I found the ones who pay the most they do the work and they don't even want to. You give me up. They want the plan. They'll work it. Just check in every now and then. They ain't trying to harass you. The people pay me the least. Oh, they
Mm-hmm.
call it every day with an issue. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, did you at least do something? But the ones
Right.
who invest and get it in, that's why I say, you know what? Your value, your pricing denotes your confidence in the value in the transformation that you're able
Mm-hmm.
to perform. If I can add 15, 20 years to their life, how much is that? And it's quality. I don't want to add more years to their life. I want to add more life to their years. So what
Right.
is that worth to them? So that's the way
Yeah.
I approach it. And thank God I get great clients who understand.
Mm-hmm. So most of your clients are already to a point to where they are ready to make a change because it's like you said, it's an investment. So they're ready to make that investment to kind
Yeah.
of take the step to get to where they want to be. And it's the quality of life, right? That they're
Yes.
trying to improve and that you help them to have a
Yeah.
better quality of life. So that's good. That's very and then do you also offer like certain plans, like it's
Mhm.
different for each person, right? It's critiqued
Yes.
to whatever their needs are.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
when I interview them, because I do interview them because I want to I'm gonna give them everything I have. I mean, I love this stuff. If I could survive doing it for free, I would do it for free. I'd help everybody that I could for free. This is how much I love the changes, the transformation that people undergo. That's how much I love it. They do the work. So they do the work, and it's not hard for them to do it. I'm about to go somewhere else. What was your question? I want to stay on track with you. What was your question for me? I want to stay on track. I get excited.
No, I was just saying that the women are already, ready to do the work
Yeah,
and yeah, when they come to you. But
most times.
most
Most
times,
times.
most times, yeah. Um but I don't know. Did I have a particular question?
No,
You were kind of going off on
okay. I guess yeah. So what I was going to say too is that most times they're all ready, but sometimes you'll find when you talk to them, most people don't really know what they want.
true.
And so if someone, I know you deal in the mental health space and
Mhm.
you deal with men like myself, and I know I'll let you tell what you do, and I'll tell you why we're having this talk right now, because things and challenges I had in my life. But I know that most times we think what we think we want is kind of surface level. So
Right.
when you dig in and say, what is it that you really want? And they're gonna give you, I want to live a long time. So do I. I want to be around for my kids. So do I. I want to
Right.
lose the weight. Who doesn't? So what do you want? Why do you want this? Why? You got to get, my thing is that most client that had me probably crying the most is I want to walk my daughter down the aisle because her father is not around, is deceased.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that kind of stuff pulls at your heartstrings. So
Right.
now I want to get to the why. So most people don't, they don't even know, like someone else, they don't know they have a problem. How long have they
Mhm.
been doing it? What are you trying to do? So it's all about asking the right questions in the right order at the right time. And that's why I'm saying some people may come in and think, I just need to a diet plan. Uh, well, if you just needed that, I'm sure you've tried diets before, so you
On
you
your own,
don't
yeah.
just need. So you got to figure it out. A lot of times, people want to be coached. You sometimes got to coach, not coerce. You want to coach them into
Right.
making the right choices for themselves.
Okay, well, cool. So, Dr. Orlandis, you kind of touched on a little bit of what I do.
Yeah.
Of course, Dr. Orlandis did mention that he is the co-founder, along with Sharice William, of the Prosperous Practitioner Program.
Mhm.
And it's a program that I took myself, and it does give you that perspective that you didn't have before of getting to the root cause analysis of people's illnesses, and looking at labs in a totally different way, kind of looking at the body in a more holistic way, holistic, WHO, like holistic, right?
Right.
And in coming up with a treatment plan, or suggestions and recommendations on a more of like supplements and nutrients, things that you can use to help detox your body from different things that's happening. So my focus from that perspective, of course, I have a mental health practice. So I support African American healthcare professionals overcome any mental health challenges that they're having. And Dr. O, since you are in that your mental health, well, not mental health, healthcare professional, yeah, healthcare professional, African American healthcare professional. From your point of view, do you feel like that is something that you can relate to, like needing help with overcoming any mental health challenges as a healthcare professional? Can you kind of touch on that, your experience?
Oh yeah. No, thank you for asking me that. From a personal and a professional standpoint, I can relate to that. As a professional in our field of endeavor, I was the only black male in for a long time, so there was no one I could relate to that's still in a black male in a female dominated field with all my residents were females, so it was a little tough to try to fit in. So of course I faced some challenges. Um, are you good enough? Or do you trust me? Even as a professional out here, as a board cert out here, there's some doctors didn't even want me in their call groups. They feel like I couldn't take care of their patients. I'm like, well, okay, well, that's your opinion, and I understand. So it's almost like we have to be twice as good to get half to be half. We have to be twice as good to be get half of what they have. So when we finally get to that point, we're 4 times better than the other person is because of the adversity that we go through. But so, and that, yes, that makes us better clinicians, but it burns you out. It stresses you out because I'm constantly fighting against society. I'm constantly fighting against my peers. Are you getting second guessed, or anything happens? Is it your fault? Did you do this right? Did you tie the knot tight enough? Did you close her up right? Or whatever. It was always something, right? It was always something. And then you're dealing with most men. Oh, I want a man saying my woman. Or it's so much from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that in of itself can lead to anxiety,
Absolutely.
and you second guessing yourself and
Yes.
wanting validation and feeling like, like you said, am I good enough? Decrease your self-confidence, so that in of itself is something that can hinder your mental health growth, or make you feel less than. So that had to be heavy, huh?
It was heavy, and it makes you feel once I decided to step away from the insurance-based model. Will anybody pay me for this? What if they don't think I'm smart enough? Like, look, they come in and look at me like, huh, what is he gonna say? Just you always wonder. They think you almost try not to over sell yourself to show that I am educated. I am, this, but it's always a challenge professionally. Even to this day, it's a challenge professionally. Even I deal with women and I deal with weight loss. There's a lot of people out there because what we feel comfortable around the people that look like us. They're just innate. That's human nature, unfortunately. So thank God out here I do have a diverse practice, but I know there's still some, you still wonder if they still thinking that a little bit.
Right.
But also personally, I definitely had some challenges. So I told you about my mom, things happened with her, but then when the business was going, when the big recession or depression or whatever you want to call it, not depression, I guess we call it the financial collapse of
yeah.
stuff like that. I was caught up in there. I was doing great, man. Houses, car flying out. Then it all came crashing down. And I'm like, man, you a doctor. You high 6-figure earning, made 7 figures in your practice. And what the hell? Now you literally paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes no check. And so I got into a dark place. And being supposed to be a tough male is already tough on me as a male. I felt, you know what, you can't show any signs of weakness. Because they're gonna, number one, they may laugh at you. Number two, like, see, I knew you couldn't do it. That's the big thing I thought.
The letdown.
I let down. I knew who the heck was I fooling? I knew I couldn't do it. So I battled with that. Wife, kids. I'm like, man, how am I gonna take care of these people? Then going to a food bank, volunteer at a food bank to help other people and then bringing food for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
how it got. It wasn't terrible like that. Like, well, it's good to have a little bit extra, but so still needing to depend on the food bank. I'm a damn doctor.
Right. Yeah.
And so I got to that dark place where I wanted to end it. I had nobody to talk to about it. I couldn't talk to my wife about it because I didn't want her to worry. She probably was stressing, knowing
Right.
she probably knew something was going on with me. And I couldn't tell
Mhm.
my mom because she's, that would have killed her. I know if I told her that, I did tell her eventually that I was suicidal. She
Mhm.
never recovered from that. And to this day, I still feel guilty. I know that
Because
I don't know if they brought her cancer on, they think cancer is just like the body's not. I always feel like did that when I told her that, did that enhance her demise? I always wondered in the back of my head. I know logically probably not, but I
right.
know how much the relationship we had and how
Mhm.
close we were. So I wanted that just to think that I had those thoughts. And when I told her, I finally admitted it to her, she just cried I couldn't even get off the phone. She was crying so much. I'm like, I said, but I'm good now.
Mhm. Mhm.
I went through it, but it was some dark
Yeah.
times. And I could have used someone to talk to because I was embarrassed. I'm like, everybody I knew in the medical field, they knew me. So I'm like, who can I talk to who doesn't know me? And am I brave enough,
Yeah.
courageous enough to go and admit that I have this flaw? But I was faking it. I was smiling on the outside, but I was dying on the inside.
Yeah. And that's funny that you because so many people do. So many people fake it. So many people are living a functional depressive life. Like you are depressed, but you're still getting up, going to
Yep.
work, doing the things that you have to do because that's what you have to do.
Yep.
And they aren't even addressing the issue of their mental health. So let alone you felt like you didn't have anyone to go to. There are people who aren't even recognizing that they are depressed or that they need help. So when did you come to like a point to where you was like, I need help? Did you seek mental health treatment during that time, or how did you?
I did not, but I wish I had. When look at it
Mm,
now, I think it would have hastened my recovery had I sought professional help. Again, I talked to people in a kind of roundaboutish way, not letting them know it was me. So you
mhm.
kind of get some undercover of like, I got this friend, and I got my thing was easy. When I got this patient, and this is what they told me they're going through. So
Right.
what would you do in this position? So I kind
Hmm.
of played it off like it was somebody else, but it was actually me. And
Yourself,
so
right?
that's why I indirectly got help. But I should have sat on the couch because it caused problems in my marriage. It really caused problems because we weren't
Yeah.
communicating. It was all me because
Hmm.
I didn't feel worthy. And so I was looking for outside validation. Somebody validate me. Somebody validate me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
When
Hmm.
I need to go, the change I seek in others is the change I need to seek in me.
Yeah. So you kind of talked about how your mental health challenges with your workplace kind of
Mhm.
bled into your personal space,
Yeah.
bled into your relationship. Like all this caused you to feel like, I don't even know if I want to be here. Then
Mhm.
you share that information with your mom, and now you feel like you stressed your mom out, and then you can't share with your wife, and you don't feel like you have anyone. So it kind of started from your career, your workspace, your job, and then all of that happened with your whatever you had going on financially on
Mhm.
top of what you've already dealt with in the workplace. So it kind of was just piling up on top of each other, right? So
Yeah. And
that's
it started
yeah,
in
and that's why I feel like when I tell people to seek therapy is
Mhm.
I want to I create a safe space to allow you to open up and be able to express yourself and go through the things and the challenges that you're dealing with on an everyday basis, because I know that you will experience challenges throughout life. Like everybody's going to deal with things throughout life. It's therapy helps you to learn strategic key methods and strategies to help yourself cope with those
Right.
difficult times, because
Mhm.
difficult times aren't going to stop. So you could
Right.
go to therapy to work through the things that you've been through and to learn skills to learn how to cope with those times when they come about. But
Mhm.
I always tell people that even if you've been through therapy and you're good now, you gonna keep your therapist in the back pocket, because
I feel like
you
yeah.
might have a time where you need to go back to therapy, or
Mhm.
I feel like it's ongoing. It's an ongoing process, and it's something that needs to, you go to your doctor every year for a checkup. You might need to check in with your therapist every
I
year.
agree. I agree with
And just the society that we live in today, I mean, people are way more anxious. So you might need
that.
to check in with your therapist a little more often than
Right.
every year. But
Right.
just having that resource, like I think that we need to make that more common in the African American community, in the Black household, with
Yeah.
having a therapist or someone else you can, because not only did you feel like you felt like you didn't want to put that burden on the ones
Right.
that you love, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like you didn't feel like you had somebody you trusted, or yeah, you did, but you still didn't want to give them that burden, and that's
Right.
understandable, and a lot of us do the same. So having that person that you feel comfortable with expressing yourself and dealing with any mental problems is key. So well, I'm glad that you made it through.
Yeah. Thank God.
You here today.
Yeah, today, yeah, you got it. It didn't look like it was gonna make it for a long time, but but yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like we go through things in order to be able to be inspiration
Yeah, and
to
an advocate
somebody
for
else.
someone else. Yeah,
Absolutely,
absolutely.
absolutely. I'd rather go through the process. We
Mhm.
all want to go through a process, but I think, like I said, but if I had a therapist or somebody that I felt comfortable enough, because the thing, I just didn't know anybody that I could trust, right? And
Mhm.
the people that I trusted, I knew them. I didn't want to know
Right.
what I was going through financially and mentally,
Yeah.
emotionally, right? Because we got, like you mentioned, the tune up. The mental health is. I realize it now. Oh, let's go get therapy. There's in the Black community, African American community, the therapy is looked upon as weakness, especially men.
Right.
We're supposed to have it
Mhm.
all together. We the kings of we the kings in the work. We're supposed to be the kings at home, kings in the bedroom, supposedly, right? That's what
Right.
that's what we were raised to believe.
Yeah.
And so therapy makes us look weak, and
Mhm.
that's the thought I had. Therapy makes us look weak and like, no, that's not. But now I know, because as I got older, my life is open. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm on the
Right.
airways telling people, you suicidal, you blah blah blah. I just look. Somebody needs to hear this, and no, don't be like me. Go see somebody like you.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
woman, sweet tea to
Absolutely.
MP. Go
Sweet
see somebody,
TMP.
sweet tea to MP. Go
So
see the help.
yeah, so I think that a lot of people also have this idea in their head, especially in the African American community. When I talk to, my peers, my family, my people,
Mhm.
they always say like, I don't need that. What could therapy, what could she do to fix me? Or you know what I mean? Like they think that they're coming to, or I'm not about to pay somebody to fix me. But the whole time therapy is for you to fix you, for
Right.
you to be able to self-reflect, for you to be able to recognize your triggers, for you to be able to deal with your daily stress or your depression, or kind of work through. I feel like everybody don't want to live in truth sometimes.
Mhm.
So, we create this, okay, I'm just push that in the back. I'm gonna just,
Right.
suppress that. I'm gonna
Mhm.
push that down, and then you
Yeah.
just carry on day to day to day, kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And then it shows up physically to where you need the root cause blood work analysis
Right.
to
Exactly.
see what's causing your symptoms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it creates inflammation, it creates stress in your body. Like there's so many things related to how mental health can show
Absolutely.
up physically in your body. People are literally in pain. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it shows up as pain in your body. You think you got arthritis or back whatever. No, that's your suppressed trauma or your
Right.
suppressed depression, like things that you've been through. So I think that is very important, very important. And I love everything that I learned about the blood work and the root cause blood work analysis, the
Yeah.
PPP program. That's
Mhm.
And if anyone's looking for a functional medicine program, nurse practitioners, I advise you to tap in. I'll put the link in the description for the PPP program. But yeah, I'm amazed at your story, and I wish that I was. Wait, what year you said this was? I would have had to.
I'm a little bit older than you, so you might you
Yeah, I
probably.
would back. Yeah.
It was what back in when it's actually, when I think about it, it's the I had the benefit of growing up in a pretty much an all black community. We were segregated because it was in our little town. There was a body of water that separated the black side from the white side. I went to
Mm,
all black college. We had some integration. I went to Grambling, was a HBCU, and then
okay.
so I was sheltered. a little bit. But when I got to LSU, we're out of a medical school class of 205. Only 30 of us were black. And so when professors telling you black people don't use Rogaine because it makes them look like monkeys because they grow all this hair all over their face. I mean, I'm like, dang, man, so I was shocked to see. It was crazy. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
But it started back in 1995.
Yeah.
That's where I really noticed it because I just didn't notice the difference. But that carried on throughout. So
Yeah.
it really got bad. Probably was you said about 2006, 2007.
Yeah. I think that we don't realize too, like how things. So by the time you become a practicing physician, like graduated, done your residency or in your residency, you still have dealt with things in your childhood that has built, been building up all the way till this moment. And now it's just still more on top of more on top of more on top. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier.
Even as a resident, as a doctor, doesn't get. I was the chief resident, the head resident. It just reminds. It just so you just talk what you make me think about. I forgot all about this, but just talking to make me just think back to all the incidences. Well, I was a chief resident, which means I was the head of a service. I'm the top dog, and I have students with me. And I walked into this lady's room in Louisiana. So remember, we in Louisiana. Older white lady, so was on the cancer ward, and so I had to write the orders and take care of all the cancer people. So we walk in the room. So I got the long coat, the other little kids, the little white kid got the short coats. And so as soon as I walk in, she tells me, "Thank God you're here." So I'm thinking, like, okay, well, what can I do for you?
Yeah, what can I do, right?
That damn TV been broke all day. So she thought
she was maintenance.
So my little junior residents and the students like, no, he's for the service. He's the one that's gonna take care of you.
Oh my God.
Leave her alone. I went and I fixed her TV. I fixed her TV.
Did you? Oh.
And I said, okay, now that's so, because guess what? I need to take care of your immediate need. So let me fix your TV because that's been bothering you all day. So I fixed her TV. I found out what's wrong with it. I fixed it. And I said, now let me do your order. So what's ailing you today? And in the midst of all that, you have to keep your professionalism and compose. It's stressful. Like, God dang, I'm like,
yeah, and we laughing about it right now, but sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Like if you don't make light of the moment, do you know how many moments we have throughout our life that that in and of itself is probably why we're still able to do the things that we do in life, because we have that bright side, to situations that you be like, you laughed at you better.
Yeah, you be crying a whole, you'll be drinking. Thank God I don't drink, but you're gonna be sipping a whole lot of alcohol and smoking a whole lot of whatever else to calm you down. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But okay, so do you have any things that you need to shout out, like any of your platforms or Instagrams?
I told you I'm an old man. I'm starting to get out. I'm starting to get out there. I took the website. I'm redoing my website because I'm in a new focus, but it is the hormonetherapyinstitute.com. I am just Orlandis Wells on Instagram and Facebook, but I don't be on it like that. But I'm going to start because it just so many people say I need the information. So I want part of my community service is to give some of this information to those, because everybody's not going to be able to see me, and those who I can't see or who whatever, I'm just trying to put some information out there. So my social medias, it's going to be my name, Orlandis Wells, but I'm going to start doing more talks, some lives, going live in there, just give them some advice. Just give them some. I can't really give advice medically. I'm going to give you some information that that maybe help you along with some of your medical challenges. And if you brothers out there, you professional brothers out there who having challenges with your mental health, don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Go get some help, man. We still macho. We still the man. You know what I'm saying? We still the man. Hey, I know I'm still the man in my house, in my community, but it's okay to say, I cry. I cry. I kiss my son on the cheek. He don't like it now, but so it's okay for us to show emotion. And that's probably right. That was my problem. I didn't show emotion because I thought it was being weak. So
Right.
fellas, don't be weak. Actually be strong for you and your family. Go get some help.
Mhm.
Get the therapy. if you
And I
need.
think that's learned, huh? In childhood.
Yeah.
Don't cry. What you crying for? You know, all those things. So
Toughen up.
yeah, toughen up, right?
Toughen up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, well, I appreciate you being here today on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
Yes, but okay, so before you leave, I have this little end segment that I do.
Okay, I got you.
You ready?
I don't know if
Okay,
I'm
so I
ever
need
ready, but I try to stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
that's what you
That's
say.
what I say.
All right, so I need you to choose. It's Proverbs, right? And I just want you
Okay.
to finish the end of what I say, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I need you to pick a number, well, 3 numbers between 1 and 11. Hold on, let me make
3
sure I write
numbers
this
between 1
down.
and 11.
Yeah, hold on. Okay.
So let's go 3,
Okay.
6,
Mm-hmm.
9.
3, 6, 9. Okay. All right. So the first one. All right. Rome wasn't built.
In a day.
Okay, you got that one. All right. So Rome wasn't built in a day. That just refers to like healing takes time. You know, be patient and let your journey be exactly what it is. It's a journey. So it's not nothing that's going to happen overnight. It's not nothing a quick fix. Of course, just take your time with it. And then number 6, let's see. Okay. It's okay to not be.
Okay.
Yep. You got that one too. Okay.
No, it's okay not be okay.
That you know these
I was a mental case. I was a mental case, I told you.
Okay, so of course that is kind of just saying that struggling is normal and it's okay to, you know, recognize that that's a normal process of life. Allow yourself time to acknowledge those moments and work through your emotions, and then, you know, it'll be a brighter day, of course, you
I
know.
love that. That's awesome.
Okay, and then number 9. Oh, I know you know this one.
Don't give me much credit. And this may be the one I missed because you think I know it, right?
I know you know this one. You said you're from the South. You know this one.
Okay.
All right. Don't bite the hand.
That feeds you.
Right. I knew you was going to know that one. And of course, you know, support. Well, those who support you during your healing journey, be supportive of them and recognize and be grateful of the people who you have surrounding you, helping you, there for you in those times. Because you never know when you're going to need them again. Remember?
That is so important.
It's a journey and it doesn't just stop there. Life throws you things all the time. So having a good circle is key too. Like, you know, a support circle, someone you can go and talk to. Like you felt like you didn't have anybody to maybe tell all of the things that you were going through to, but you still had, like, you had your mom, your wife, you know, people who were helpful and supportive in your life. So I always tell people to make sure they have a good support circle. And if all you needed was a therapist, and you would have been complete. Your circle would have been complete.
Yeah, probably got through it a lot faster. Probably took me as long to get through that. It probably wouldn't take me almost a year or so, however long it took me. Probably it wouldn't have taken, probably with therapists wouldn't have taken me as long. I believe that.
Right. All right, Dr. O. Well, that is it for today. I really appreciate you taking time to come on tonight.
Hey, it was my honor.
Having you back.
I look forward to you anytime you need me. I look forward to giving the brothers some confidence. As I get older, I'm just telling you, brothers, just get the therapy, man. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody.
Right.
Don't because physician suicide it's higher. It's on the rise. So those people need somebody to talk to. We need go talk to somebody.
And since you mentioned that, I do want to mention the crisis suicide hotline. You know, you can always text 988 or call 988. Of course, and if it's an emergency, go to the nearest ER. If you need immediate assistance, call 911 in case of suicidal ideation or you feeling suicidal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna end it here. Everyone, thanks for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys here again in our space. Peace out.
Thank you all. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay. Chanell Love 22. It's a vibe. Like, follow, and subscribe.
Disclaimer. The information shared on the Chanell Love 22 podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not medical advice. Neither the host, guest, nor the podcast assumes responsibility for any actions taken based on this content. Listeners are strongly encouraged to consult a licensed healthcare provider before making any changes to their health, including medications, supplements, or treatments. This podcast is intended to comply with applicable regulations. However, it is not a substitute for legal or medical advice specific to your location. Listeners outside of the United States should ensure they follow healthcare guidance and regulations relevant to their regions. Thank you for listening, and remember, health is wealth.